Tell us what we know so far.
Sure. So essentially the Ministry of Finance is mulling this proposal, which was actually originally made 3 years previously, to transfer the stake that it has in China Huarong and the 3 other large asset managers to another holding company. Potentially this is a sign from officials that, again, China is looking to delineate the roles that, the government plays in kind of as a regulator versus as a shareholder. And that's the sort of model that we've already seen play out with state-run banks.
And also, it's mulling perhaps bringing in more external investors.
I can't hear.
She was asking more about external investors. How should they be viewing this kind of news?
Yeah, at the moment, the fundamental question, of course, is whether or not this impacts the level of state support that Huarong and the other AMCs is going to receive from Beijing. Fundamentally, it looks like China is trying to treat the other AMCs more like commercial entities.
Do you think this is a significant move, that they're actually looking at perhaps an overhaul, a larger overhaul of the industry now, Rebecca?
Certainly, I think the timing is interesting, and there is, of course, such scrutiny right now as to how all of this turmoil at Huarong plays through the AMCs. And in some ways, this is a sort of catalyst to really take a deeper look at some of these financial risks that have really built up among the large asset managers of bad debts.
So it's a healthy sign, you're saying, basically, that we're doing this?
Yeah, ultimately, this is all about trying to reduce financial risks and trying to make firms more accountable and kind of more commercially run and sort of more professionally run when it comes to management. So all of these signs are kind of positive when it comes to sort of the idea of broader reform.
Okay, so what are the next bond payments due here for Huarong?
So we've got another couple of bond payments coming up this month, but really the expectation is that bond payments, onshore and offshore, are all going to be met at least through August. What we're really seeing that I think is very interesting is there's a real divergence between the longer dated and the shorter dated bonds. So the longer dated bonds doing very well, close to par. The shorter dated bonds doing very well. The longer dated bonds really under a lot of pressure. The majority of them under 80 cents. The perps at around 60 cents. What it really shows is that the longer term conviction in Huarong is much, much weaker. And there is this really divergent view when it comes to what Huarong's fate will be in the next 3 months versus, in the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.